Thank you for clicking on the video. We will get to the documentary. I was at my studio and I found the COVID footage and video. A lot of it never released to the public. And I wanted to share that with you on this 3-year anniversary of having all of the restaurants shut down across the world, essentially. Before you decide to watch the documentary, I encourage you to click on this link right up here. I will put the playlist of all of the mini documentaries that I released during the pandemic with Cheetah right up here. So this documentary will mean so much more by watching all the mini docs that are used in making of this big film. If not, watching this will give you a really great perspective of what I went through and my unique journey when everyone was sheltering in place, binge watching Netflix and getting fat. I worked relentlessly, unceasingly, not only in communications with my staff to keep my business alive, but doing this amazing thing and traveling across the United States to help keep other businesses alive. And to this day and for the rest of my life, it will be one of the most gratifying things that I've ever done and one of the greatest things I've ever achieved. I have to thank Na'ama Moran, the CEO of Cheetah, and I will thank her again during the documentary, but without her love and support and passion for small businesses and small restaurants, none of this footage, none of these stories would have ever been told. So Na'ama, thank you so very much for your love and commitment to our industry. It will go down in history as one of the greatest things that anyone has done. I hope you all enjoy what I created.
Heightened states of emergency across the nation as the number of coronavirus cases soars above 3,000.
We recognize around the rest of the world that we need to meet this moment head on.
Rising cases come as more restaurants on both sides of the bay deal with cases of coronavirus in their establishments.
Houston and Harris County have been ordered to close for downhill.
Guys, hey, the restaurant business is fast-paced, fast-moving. Gotta get it out to the guests with a smile on your face as always. My name is Kostas Lazanis. I am a restaurant owner. I'm a filmmaker, and I'm currently in my hotel room sipping on a delicious cup of hot coffee in Los Angeles, California. In Phoenix, Arizona, in Tucson, Arizona, our first location. And just tell me about your restaurant, your concept.
My name is Erica Daking.
We hope so. You know, there's help from the government, but I want to be optimistic. But
sometimes you see on TV, there's a shot in a restaurant, people eating, having fun. You can't do that right now. You can't be near people.
I have left my restaurant tonight in the middle of a crisis to go out and use my platform as a videographer, as a YouTuber, as a restaurateur to show the world what it's like to be living in these desperate, dark times. I never thought that these two professions, these two loves of my lives would cross paths in the way that they did. My good friend and CEO of Cheetah, Na'ama Moran, she said, Kostas, you have this gift of videography. You've got to share this with the world.
These are the independent mom and pop places that are part of our memories. And I really can't imagine a world where these independent restaurants are going to disappear.
Here I am with a restaurant ready to collapse, a wife and 3 children that I'm just gonna leave. I'm gonna drop everything, go on this road trip across America to document our industry, the restaurant industry, and to shed light on the beautiful entrepreneurs that make us who we are. Just gonna say hello to my boy Julian over here. I've been on some. Julian, how you doing, my man? It's yes, yeah, get the.
It's a rough time to be in the business together, is it not?
You know, I made a video the other day and it's like I'm smiling because you smile to hide the tears. You know.
That's the truth.
It's oh god, here we go. Here it starts. Oh man, 2 grown men over here crying. Who would have ever thought that that this would have happened? Essentially, you know, like overnight.
Never would have dreamed.
So tell me your name, how old you are.
I'm Julian Rodarte. I'm chef and co-owner of Beto, and that's the hardest part. Is at this point, I don't necessarily care about keeping the restaurant open for myself. I care about it to make sure that I can still pay people. You know what I mean? So I can still be, in some way, shape, or form, a provider for the 80 staff members that I have and for their families, you know, because those 80 staff members aren't the only ones that eat. It's they eat and their families eat, you know what I mean? So that's been the hardest part. And then just having them come in like for a normal day of work and me having to tell them like, I got nothing for them, you know, like they shut down 99% of our business. To-go's made up 1% of our business, takeout.
Day's travels bring us to this restaurant in Garland, Texas called Pangea. It's ran and operated by the chef owner, Chef Kev, and he named it Pangea because it is basically the culmination of everything combined together. His years as a culinary student, as a chef, as a caterer, and now a restaurateur, all coming together as one. He opened up just a few months ago. Millions of dollars went into this concept and it's all gone. I hope that you guys can walk away from this and understand the struggles and challenges and the heartache that is our reality.
The toll of filming, interviewing, editing, and traveling every day non-stop by myself was undoubtedly significant. The long hours took a physical toll as well, leading to exhaustion and burnout.
Today's stop is at Feast from the East. It is a Asian-inspired restaurant. The owners, Suzanne and Marcus, are phenomenal. So I guess this is my first time ever dining illegally. I'm eating off of plates, which is, I mean, I never thought that would be the thing. Eating off of a plate would be against the law. I believe restaurants across the nation are suffering so bad right now.
I can't believe that there are a lot of them closed already, you know? Like,
how many do you know? I mean,
well, there's a restaurant here, people from LA know, they're not closed down forever, but they're closed, is Tito's Tacos.
And that's been around forever. Huh?
Oh, yeah, and people just go there and just get, you know, tacos and burritos and stuff, and I heard they're not open at all. And I thought, how sad, you know? But, yeah, it's just, I guess maybe because it was a takeout place and there's so many workers all, you know, they couldn't do it, I think. Mm-hmm. We're 6 feet apart, you know? Yeah. So I think the owners just decided to close it.
I don't get what it means to shut down your business.
Mm-hmm. And how hard it would be to open it up again. Just have to hang in there, you know? Don't give up. And I think we could ride it.
The emotional weight of hearing these stories firsthand and witnessing the devastation caused by the pandemic was incredibly draining. The pressure to do justice to these stories and represent them accurately on screen added to the stress of the project. Capturing the essence of each establishment required intense focus and dedication. The pressure to do justice to the stories and represent them accurately on screen added to the stress of the project.
The number one concern is our employees. That's my number one concern. 51 people who believed in us and this crazy dream.
So many wonderful things have come out of this. Just I'm not willing to let those go.
Because, you know, any kind of normal feels so good right now. And anything that's comforting and familiar and community, I think can really provide some comfort.
Today I am driving up the Pacific Coast Highway, leaving the hotel in Los Angeles and headed to San Francisco.
Goodbye, LA. It's been fun.
I stopped in the middle of the trip just to pull over and just go walk for a little bit. What if I don't show up to San Francisco and I just stay here for a week? My wife told me I need to quarantine for 14 days after I get done interacting with people. And I was like, man, I can quarantine out here easily for 14 days. This is absolutely breathtaking and amazing. Stunning, actually. Wow.
Overnight, the exposure from the many documentaries caused business to bloom for the restaurant owners featured. The local communities rallied around these small businesses, sharing the documentaries on social media and visiting the restaurants in droves to show their support. The power of storytelling had a direct impact on the lives and livelihoods of the restaurant owners and their employees.
This drive has got to be the most hands down beautiful thing I feel like I've ever done. This drive is just so twisty and so turny, and the views when I can look out the window are breathtaking. Just absolutely wow. Pacific Coast Highway, without a doubt, one of like the coolest things I've ever done. Thank you guys for enjoying the sunset with me. It's perfect. In this crazy world we're living in with the virus and the whole economy collapsing and my restaurant on the verge of shutdown, it's just like, this is nice. This is nice. I finally made it to San Francisco, where I'm gonna be staying out for the night. Unloaded the Jeep, check into the Courtyard Marriott in downtown San Francisco, and crazy. It's like a ghost town over here, unlike anything I saw before in this like bustling metropolis of a city. Today's recording of a restaurant brings me to Oakland. Wait. I am in Oakland, California. A little rough part of town, but tons of culture, tons of diversity. I'm meeting with Silvano. He owns it's called Man versus Fries, Guy versus Fries. And basically he incorporates French fries into all of his different offerings. So he's got like a pizza that's infused with French fries, quesadillas infused with French fries, all kinds of amazing things. Silvano, bro, you ready to tell your story, man?
Sure, let's do it.
I'm excited, bro. Too bad we don't get French fries right now. Make the story even better. I'm coming back for some French fries though, okay?
I don't like
Is that what you do? Are you like the pastry chef or the all chef, the head chef?
I'm not the pastry chef.
No?
We don't have a pastry chef, but like the story is that I was like, oh, I have all these eggs in the walk-in and how can I save them? And I was like, I can make cakes.
The mini documentaries allowed them to connect with their communities on a deeper level and to showcase their struggles and triumphs in a way that was authentic and meaningful. It was a win-win situation. The restaurant owners were able to showcase their businesses to a wider audience, and the communities were able to support businesses in a time of crisis.
This is all I know. I don't know. I've been in kitchens since I've been in restaurants. That's I think my only jobs have ever been in restaurants, whether it's serving or bartending or in the kitchen. I have no idea what I'll do. And everybody has been saying, oh, you'll be fine. You'll find something else to do. There's nothing. I don't know anything else. But when I go home, I try really hard not to think about that because this isn't about me. I'm grateful for the situation that I'm in right now. And if that's all I can do is be in the moment that I'm in, that's how I'm gonna get through this. Like I can't at this moment think about myself and in the future, if that makes sense. Yeah, but I don't know anything else. But I think I'm trying to be as positive as possible about it. If we were to close, I feel like there will be places, that I could work, but I don't know how the restaurant industry is gonna come back. I've had that question asked a lot. Like, what do you think is gonna happen with the industry? How are we supposed to know? I don't know. Is it gonna be that 70% of the restaurants close down, all the mom and pop places shut down, and it's just corporate restaurants, these places that can bang out hundreds of dishes without blinking an eye, that this won't affect them, as much as it will for people that are functioning on a day-by-day basis.
In the end, while the toll of filming, interviewing, editing, and traveling every day nonstop was significant, the importance of telling these stories made it all worthwhile. The documentary series served as a testament to the resilience of the human spirit in the face of adversity and a reminder of the importance of supporting small businesses during times of crisis.
Exciting to be back outside in the fresh open air, being able to grub on some of my favorite food.
Very first person I filmed.
Yep. Yeah. Aside from yourself, which was an amazing and inspiring for me video that you kind of did of yourself. And definitely when you reached out to me, I was like, dang, this is the message that really needs to get out, So thanks for being the one to get the content and obviously be an amazing, videographer and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, it's crazy because I think you also felt a little bit of a burden where you almost felt like a spokesperson for small businesses.
So last time that we talked in the very beginning, the restaurant industry was in a dark place. You were in a dark place. None of us knew the severity of the situation. Tell me what has happened since.
I gotta be honest, man, the first couple weeks, I woke up every morning thinking, how am I gonna do this? How are we gonna do this? I can't do this, there's too many restrictions. And you just kind of become over time amazed about the ways you can adapt when you have something that you believe in so strongly. And fortunately for us, we have great food and environment and awesome beer, but our values and our commitment to our community was reciprocated by our community, and they had those same values. And it took some time for me to see the fruits of that and overcome the fears of being closed. But we realized what our real assets were, and those are our investments in the people and our customers, and our investments in our family and our staff.
I don't even think this entire time I thought about my health for 1 second.
No, I mean, it was always about the staff's health, you know, our guests' health, and everybody. I mean, but that's the life of a restaurant owner, and I think we talked about this a little bit in the previous videos. Like, everybody thinks, like, you know, restaurant owner, oh, it's like this glitz and glamour of, like, you know, I don't know, there's just this like celebrity feel.
Sure.
Like, if you own a restaurant, you're like, you know, this, I don't know, partier that, you know, puts on a party at his place all the time. And it's not. Like, we spend our entire times worried about our guests, worried about our staff, making sure we're putting meals on not just our guest tables, but our staff's tables, and that, you know, when they go home and they've got money to you know, put food on their families' tables. And, you know, that was I think that was what the rest of the world started to realize was, wow, like, you know, there are so many mouths that we feed outside of the guests. You know, outside of the guests that come to our restaurant, there are so many mouths that we provide for and feed as restaurant owners.
Again, it's been 3 long years since any of this footage has been seen. Even the post-COVID documentary footage where I went back and saw Carrie and Julian, that was only like 4 months after the restaurants were able to reopen. So everything was still fresh and new and exciting and weird. Now, 3 years later, we don't even talk about COVID. We don't talk about the pandemic. There's no statues erected. There's no holidays celebrated. There is nothing. It was just like a taboo part of our history that we are reluctant to talk about. And that is really heartbreaking, because the government's decision to shut down all of these small businesses and destroy so many lives really is significant, and it deserves to be talked about and to be recognized at the very least. Whether it was a mistake or not, to be determined. I have my own opinions, but it was something that's really sad that it's not even mentioned at all, and we act like it never happened. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to continue on my journey, if it's your first time here, I am actually daily vlogging this year on my YouTube. So make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. If you like this documentary, please feel free to share it and leave a comment below. All those things. Give me some feedback on what you thought your best part of the documentary was. And I will see you. I'll see you tomorrow.
Drinking the Mango Wheat by State 48 Brewing Company here in Phoenix, Arizona, on some of the last days of this documentary film shoot, traveling from state to state, documenting restaurants during this COVID-19 crisis. And when you stop and you're out here just in the middle of nowhere, it just put things in perspective and allows you just chill out and forget about all the worries of the world, especially this restaurant industry and all the struggles that come with it. I pulled off over here, just wanted to get some establishing shots to let the viewers know that we actually were in Arizona, and I thought nothing more Arizona than giant cactus over there. I tried to open up each film with a signature shot of the city. Sun just went down and I was just thinking, man, let me just chill here, sip on a beer, hang out with you guys. I don't know if this is gonna make it into a documentary or if it's my personal vlog or my personal archive, but I didn't want to do myself a disservice and not turn on the camera and just hang out with you.